General Kukov is late?
We have matters to discuss before he arrives.
Nadia, this tea is excellent.
Thank you. I prepared it myself. Incompetence will not be tolerated. We cannot allow you to endanger the Iron Curtain project any longer. I'm glad you agree.
Dealing with traitors is my responsibility.
Yes, and my pleasure. My spies report that the Allies are planning a major naval attack against us. You can cut them off at the refueling station. Land your MCV on a suitable island and destroy the Allies' base and refueling station. We must keep the area clear for our submarine operations. Go. Now, General Kukov, tell me about this Allied secret weapon that you found. The chronosphere?
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Cannot deploy.
Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Reporting.
Building.
Agreed.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Awaiting
Very well.
orders.
Cancel.
Reporting.
Construction complete.
Reporting.
New
Agreed. Very
construction
well. At
options.
once. Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. At once. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Our base is
Affirmative.
under attack.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete. New construction options.
Report. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Building. Building.
Awaiting orders. Very well. At once.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
On hold. Cancel. Building.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Naval unit
Vehicle
lost.
reporting. Awaiting orders.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval
Affirmative.
unit lost. New construction options. Building. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building. Unit ready. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Our base is under attack.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Preparing.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Agreed.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Very well. At once. Very well.
Affirmative.
Comrade,
Unit
affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade, affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building. On hold. Cancel.
Yes,
Building.
sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Comrade, affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete. Building. Repairing. On hold. Cancel. Building. Unit ready.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Comrade, acknowledged.
Our base
Acknowledged.
is under
Affirmative.
Preparing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Naval unit lost.
Yes, affirmative. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Yes,
Building.
affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Acknowledged.
Our base is
At
under
once.
attack.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Awaiting
Unit
orders.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Low power.
Comrade.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. At once.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building.
Waiting order.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Repairing. Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Reporting.
Insufficient funds. Construction complete. New construction options. Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Comrade. Waiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Comrade.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Ready and
Reporting.
waiting. Well. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
New construction
Yes, sir.
options.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Waiting
Repairing.
order. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting. Reporting. Reporting.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Base is under attack.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Insufficient funds. Building. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit ready.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Building. Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building. Insufficient funds. Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit
Waiting
repaired.
acknowledged.
Repairing.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Building. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
On hold. Cancel.
Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Reporting.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Reporting.
Unit ready. Building. Unit
Reporting.
repaired. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders.
Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Preparing. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building. Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds. Building. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Awaiting affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Awaiting
Unit
orders.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Building. Naval unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Reporting.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Comrade. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Preparing.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Awaiting
Insufficient
orders.
funds.
Awaiting
Preparing.
orders.
Construction complete.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Building.
Report. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Naval
Vehicle
unit
reporting.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Our base is under attack. Repairing. Naval unit lost. Insufficient funds. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Naval
affirmative.
unit lost. Naval unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Naval
Acknowledged.
unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Comrade, affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building. Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Repairing. Unit
Comrade,
repaired.
acknowledged.
Repairing. Insufficient funds. Insufficient funds. Naval unit lost.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Vehicle reporting.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Base
Acknowledged.
is under attack.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting. Acknowledged. Report. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Acknowledged. Comrade,
Reporting.
Construction complete. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
yes, sir.
Report
Waiting
acknowledged.
order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Cannot deploy here. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Reporting.
Repairing. Unit repaired. Naval unit lost. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Unit repaired.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Our base is under attack. Repairing. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Waiting order. Yes, sir.
Repairing. Insufficient funds. Unit repaired. Building. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Waiting
Repairing.
order.
Unit repaired.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting
Unit
order.
ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Report. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Construction complete. Repairing. 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 Naval unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Report. Affirmative.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Reporting. Comrade. Comrade. Comrade.
Insufficient funds.
Comrade. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Naval
sir.
unit lost. Insufficient funds.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes,
Reporting.
sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Acknowledge.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledge.
Repairing.
Comrade. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Comrade.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building. Unit repaired.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Naval unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Naval unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Naval unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
funds.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Report. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Report.
lost.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Naval
Acknowledged.
unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval unit lost.
Waiting order. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Vehicle acknowledged. Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit
Yes, sir.
prepared.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yeah,
Unit
okay.
ready.
Okay.
Building.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Unit
Okay.
ready.
Okay. Okay.
Building.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Report acknowledged.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Okay.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Our base
Yeah,
is
okay.
under attack.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Reporting. Comrade? Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Reporting.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Unit ready. Building. Our base is under attack. Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Repairing.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Comrade, acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
prepared.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
On hold.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting. Waiting
Unit
order.
prepared.
Affirmative.
Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Report. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Comrade,
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Comrade.
Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Building.
Reporting. Vehicle reporting.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds.
Report acknowledged. Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Vehicle reporting. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Waiting order.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Structure sold.
Awaiting orders.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Reporting. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit
Yes, sir.
repaired.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Comrade.
repaired. Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Construction complete.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Waiting orders. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Awaiting
Acknowledged.
orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Insufficient funds. Unit ready.
Waiting
Building.
order.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Awaiting orders.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Vehicle reporting.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Awaiting
Affirmative.
acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Ready and waiting.
Unit lost.
Reporting.
Report acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Comrade.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Insufficient funds. Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting
Reporting.
orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction
Waiting
complete.
order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Ready and
Insufficient
waiting.
funds.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
New construction options. Training.
Reporting.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Training.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Training.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Training.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Training.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes. Affirmative.
Waiting order. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting order.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Engineering. Yes. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Waiting orders.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes. Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Engineering.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes. Affirmative. Report affirmative. Yes.
New construction
Affirmative.
options.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Engineering. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Low
Yes,
power.
sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Construction
Affirmative.
options.
Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Engineering. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Vehicle affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Repairing.
Reporting. Engineering. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Engineering. Affirmative.
Mission accomplished.